Hello there and welcome. This is the Asset Protector back with more smart money tips. In today's video, I'll be breaking down why relying on just one retirement account like a 401k could leave you exposed and underprepared. If you want your retirement to be recession proof, tax smart, and built for legacy, then this video is for you. So don't go away, stick and stay. I'm about to dive right into it. I have outlined 5 premises to support my reasons. Premise number 1, a 401k is taxed later, possibly at a higher rate. You defer your taxes now, but you may pay more when you withdraw it in retirement, meaning taxes are where they are right now. Do you agree or disagree that taxes are going to increase? Taxes are going to increase. If you're putting money in your 401k right now, every pay period, do you agree that by the time you're going to retire, you have more money or less money? Exactly. So now you have higher taxes and more money. What does that mean? More problem for you. So therefore, think about that. If you have your money into a 401k now and you're on your job, the employer is matching it. Don't be foolish. Keep contributing. But don't contribute a larger amount to that. Put the larger amount in a vehicle like an IUL, for example, or put it into an annuity, something that's going to give you a better tax situation and give you more control over your money, okay? And remember that tax brackets also can rise in the future, and they will rise in the future. So locking you into higher tax obligations later on. Put that out of the way. Pay lower taxes on a lower amount of money now. Put it into an IUL. Put it into an annuity. And then later it works in your favor. Another thing, required RMDs, required minimum distributions. They force withdrawals whether you are ready or not. So when you turn a certain age, you are forced to pull that money out, whereas you can put that money into something of a non-qualified, like an IUL, and then you can pull that money out when you're ready to, or if you don't want to pull it out, you don't have to pull it out. Premise number 2, one stream equals more risk and less control. Market downturns can wipe out the value of your money without warning. You have all your money in the stock market. The stock market goes down. What do you have to protect your money from the volatility of the stock market? Nothing. The stock market crashes, your money crashes. So think about that. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You're diversifying, putting your eggs in various vehicles or various buckets or baskets. Job loss or company failure could limit contributions or matching. So what if you're working on a job and they cut your hours? Now you can't afford to put as much into your 401k as you could. You are tied to Wall Street with little protection from volatility, and I say no protection from volatility, because if the market goes down, so does your money in the 401k. If you have money in a 401k, you know it's a mutual fund, and you see what has happened in the past is going to repeat itself again. And this time it could cut your supply completely in half or completely out. So think about that. Premise number 3, most 401ks are underfunded and undermanaged. The average American does not contribute enough to sustain in retirement. So let's say you retire now, you got $400,000 in your retirement coming out of your 401k. In actuality, you really only have about $200,000, maybe $215,000 in your 401k. As you start pulling it out, it's gonna start hitting you in taxation. And if you're not 59 and a half, well, you understand that that's gonna be a penalty for that. And many don't actively manage or rebalance their portfolios, period. Why it's good to sit down with your financial personnel, whether it's a CPA or whether it's a financial planner or a life insurance agent like myself, a free agent, and work with multiple companies. Sit down annually and review those things, because things change. You might have gotten a divorce last year, or you may have another child has been born, right? Or you may have an aging parent or a sick parent, or you may have a sick child, or you may get sick yourself. So all of these things you need to think about, so make sure that you're being more intentional and more aggressive about saving your money for retirement. The employer plans often have limited investment options. When you're running the show yourself, like if you have a self annuity on your own instead of going through your employer, guess what? You get to choose. And so where your money goes, and so you can allocate where your money goes. Premise number 4, liquidity or living benefits during the working years. You can't access funds without penalties until you're 59 and a half. But with an IUL, you could be 15 and a half. You know, if you're 15 and a half, your parents running that until you get 18, but still there's money that you could use during your time of need. If you're 35 years old and you decide you want to get married and you've been saving on this, your parents may have started when you were in middle school, and now this thing has been going on for 15 to 20 years, guess what? You can pull that money out of there and use it to pay for your wedding, buy a house, or to make some investment in a business, or whatever you want to use it for. If you want to go to Miami or LA and go in the strip club and make it rain, who cares? It's your money, and you don't have to prove or show cause as to why you need that money if it's in an IUL. If you're going to use it for your benefit or you're going to use it for your vice, it's up to you. Who cares? It's your money. Do what you need to do with it. Emergencies happen, but your 401k isn't flexible. No living benefits like critical illnesses or chronic care coverage. What happens if you get into a car accident and you have to be out of work for a year? Well, 90 days after you've been down or you have become disabled, guess what? You are now able to tap into your life insurance policy, chronic illness, critical illness, terminal illness. Whether you can't perform one of the 5 or 6 daily life functions, right? Without assistance. You have to have assistance, for example, to go to the toilet. If you can't go to the toilet by yourself, or you can't hold your urine or your bowel movement, you can't hold that, right? Things like that. Or you get a diagnosis, right? And it's a terminal diagnosis or a chronic diagnosis. Or you faced with a terminal illness and that diagnosis now become terminal, and within 12 months to 2 years, it's likely, according to the doctors, that you're going to pass away. Then you can tap into a portion of that money and use up to 75%, all the way up to $1 million in some cases, depending on the company and how yours is set up. So now you have money that you can live off day to day. Premise number 5, retirement should include income protection and legacy. Annuities can guarantee lifetime income regardless of the market. So now you got income paying you for the rest of your life. IUL, the same thing, an Index Universal Life Insurance Policy. It offers tax-free growth and living benefits. Again, you can pull from that policy, you can pull the cash value from that, or either you can begin to start using your living benefits, which come from that death benefit. So let's say you've exhausted most of your cash from the IUL. Now you can start gleaning from that death benefit to carry you through the rest of your life. Trust, like I'm talking about a revocable living trust, like wills and advance directives and stuff like that. Well, a trust can help you transfer your wealth without going through probate and with full control. In other words, you want Junior to go to college before he starts getting that money. Those provisions can be set in place. You want Samantha to get married before she starts tapping into that money. You can put that in place. We call that ruling from the dead, ruling from the grave. So you can control that, because especially if you have a son or daughter that's not doing right, not following the law, maybe using drugs and not doing all kinds of things, you don't want to turn them loose with a large sum of money. Why? Because they're going to take that money and do the wrong thing with it. So you can put those provisions in place, and also you can get tax breaks. There are a lot of tax benefits because a trust is not a human. It acts like a human, but it's not a human, right? Like a robot can mimic a human, but you don't place the value on the psychological aspects as you would from a human. You wouldn't expect a robot to walk into a church, with order and say good morning to someone or go up and shake the pastor's hand, right? But you may expect that from a live, breathing human being. So that's pretty much it. But in closing, I just want to say to you this, that if you want to build a smart, safer, and more flexible retirement strategy, then here's what you need to do. Go ahead and tap into me, your asset protector. And you can do that by visiting my website, unitedprospera.com. Do it right now and book your free, I said book your free, I said free consultation. It don't cost you anything to talk to me, but it can cost you everything if you don't have a plan. And either way you have a plan, it's your plan or the government's plan, so why not have your own plan so that things can meticulously be laid out the way you want them to be laid out, okay? So, I'll show you how to diversify with purpose and retire with peace. I hope this video has added value to you. If it has, be sure to go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so that you can get more money tips like this coming your way. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it's added value to you. Bye for now.